Simon & Schuster Audio presents Twisted, Selected Unabridged Stories by Jeffery Deaver. Read by Boyd Gaines, Michele Pawk, and Frederick Weller. With an introduction by the author.
Hi, this is Jeffery Deaver. My experience with the short story form goes back to the distant past. I was a clumsy, chubby, socially awkward boy with no aptitude for sports whatsoever. And as befits someone like that, I was drawn to reading and writing, particularly the works of short story writers like Poe, O. Henry, A. Conan Doyle, and Ray Bradbury, not to mention one of the greatest forums for short surprise-ending drama in the past 50 years, The Twilight Zone. I defy any fans of the show to tell me they still don't get a chill recalling the famous social services manual, To Serve Man. When I was given a writing assignment in junior high school, I'd invariably try my hand at a short story. I didn't, however, write detective or science fiction stories, but with youthful hubris created my own subgenre of fiction. These tales usually involved clumsy, chubby, socially awkward boys rescuing cheerleaders and pom-pom girls from catastrophes that were both spectacular and highly improbable, such as my hero's daring mountaineering exploits, embarrassingly set just outside of Chicago, where I lived, and where mountains were conspicuously absent. The stories were met with just the exasperation you'd expect from teachers who'd spent hours offering us the entire pantheon of literary superstars as models. Let's push ourselves, Jeffrey, the 1960s equivalent of today's jargon, think outside the box. Fortunately for my teacher's sanity and my career as a scribe, I abandoned this vein of angst-ridden outpourings rather quickly and grew more diligent in my efforts to become a writer, a path that led me to poetry, songwriting, journalism, and eventually novels. I continued to read and enjoy short fiction in Ellery Queen, Alfred Hitchcock, The New Yorker, and Playboy, a publication, by the way, that I'm told also featured photography. But I just didn't seem to have time to write any stories myself. A few years after I quit my day job to be a full-time novelist, however, a fellow author compiling an anthology of original short stories asked if I'd consider contributing one to the volume. Why not, I asked myself, and plowed ahead. I found to my surprise that the experience was absolutely delightful, and for a reason I hadn't expected. In my novels I adhere to strict conventions, though I love to make evil appear to be good, and vice versa, and to dangle the potential for disaster.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?